Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be comparing all of these nail tips and rating them on a 1 through 5 scale. I have a little rubric that I will be rating them on, and that will be based on prices, packaging, strength, and sizing. So, without further ado, let's see who is the king of nails after all. Okay, so I am going to be rating these nails and comparing them to one another based on a rubric that I designed. Just some things that I find are important, which is the prices. Basically, is it worth the price that they have it labeled as? The packaging, the strength of the nails and how strong they claim the nails actually are, the sizing, do they have enough sizes to fit my nails, and do I have to do a lot of extra work to get them to fit my nails? So, these are all the nail tips that I currently have and have tried. I'm not going to be talking about other nail tips that I've never tried before. It's just going to be these 7 here that are sitting on my desk. I do have another nail tip from Makartt, which is their little pink pump-ups, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be using this one because they're basically the same quality. Okay, so let's start with Beetles, and I do have a video on all of these nail tips of me trying them, me applying them, and like a very thorough review. But today we are just going to be doing a rundown, real quick rundown. So these tips are $11.99. If you do purchase them without the kit, they do come in a box. You guys know how I feel about the packaging. It's not my favorite. So $11.99, I think the price is fair. So I am just going to give them a 5 for their price. Packaging, I hate these bags. Like, I really don't see why they couldn't have just given us a box, since if you order the tips separately, you already get a box. So I'm going to knock their packaging down to like a 3. Now, as far as strength goes, these are very strong nails. Today, I'm not going to be differentiating between like the jelly tips and the plastic tips. 1, because I honestly can't tell a difference. 2, someone had mentioned in one of my videos that the only real difference between like plastic and gel is the way that they're made. So technically they're all really plastic. I don't know if that's true or not, and maybe someone can explain further the details of that. That's why I'm not differentiating between them. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know the design structure behind it. All I know is that I can't tell the difference, and some plastic nails are extremely strong. So, you know the little bend test that I do, if you bend it in half, that when you bend it back, that white line should disappear, and it sure does. Now, I see a lot of people making videos where they will like bend the nails this way. It's supposed to do that. Let me say that again. It should bend back here because that means that you have a thin enough cuticle to put on your nail that it looks more realistic than if it was the same thickness as down here. So these are very strong nails. I like the design of these nails and the cuticle area because it's nice and round and fits my cuticle very nicely. They have enough sizes to fit my nails. I don't have any problem with finding nails that fit. I don't have to do any excess filing to get them to fit. So I'm gonna say for like the rest of these, I'm gonna give a 5 for strength and a 5 for sizing. Alright, at the end of the video, I will give all of the averages and we will see who the winner is. So, moving right along, let me just put this guy away, and I am going to grab the Modelones nails. So, if you were to purchase Modelones nails, they vary. They're anywhere from like $9.99 to like $12.99. So, I'm just going to go right in the middle and say that these would be $10.99. I despise the packaging of these nails. I actually don't even think that for what you're getting, I think the price should be even lower than what it is for what you're getting, because if you were to purchase their tips separately, you would get them in a box. You wouldn't receive anything, even if it was in a bag, they wouldn't be on this little plastic piece that just comes straight from like their distributor. So I'm honestly gonna give them like a 2 for packaging and like a 3 for pricing. And let's just pull one of these out. I think I have one that has like a loose, yeah, this one has a loose nail inside, so we'll just grab that just to do our little strength test. Like I said, you saw this video already, so, or if you haven't seen it, I do a full review on this kit and these nails. That one's a little small, so I'm having trouble bending it, so let me just grab a bigger one here. And if you bend it in half and you try to bend it back, that white line does not disappear. As a matter of fact, it's hard to even get the nail back into its original shape. As far as the shape and the sizing goes of these nails, they are very, very small. So if you have smaller nail beds than I do, I think you would have a really difficult time at being able to find a size. I don't want to talk about like the amount of nails that you get with this kit, because obviously you can purchase just one shape and style separately. So I don't want to talk about like the amount of nails that you're getting. Unfortunately, with this one, I can't really do that. But the nails are very small. That is just an issue for me in the fact that like not everyone's going to be able to wear your nails. So there should be more sizes offered, in my opinion. As far as strength goes, I'm giving this a 1. Sizing like a 2 because they just won't fit enough people. So let's go ahead and move on to the next. Up next is Apres. Now we all know that Apres is like a higher end nail company. They have a cult following. People are obsessed with not only their tips but also their builder gel and other products that they have. This is a beautiful box. Honestly, off the top, packaging gets a 5. I can't even complain about it. I think that it's gorgeous. I love the way that the nails are organized, and someone even told me why this box is empty is because you can actually order a 00 size here, and you can order the tips separately. So once you run out of a size, which you obviously will because we all just use a couple sizes. We don't all use all 10 sizes in the box. So I think that's nice. So for the price, these are $29.99. I got all of these prices off of websites and not Amazon, because Amazon's prices change way too often to really give you like a genuine price. So they were $29.99 on their website. And to be honest, I do think that's fair for what you're getting. So I'm going to give them a 5 for the price. Now, as far as their sizing goes, I am able to find all sizes. I always have a problem with pinkies. For some reason, I have very, very tiny pinkies. So I need a very small pinky, and they have a very slender pinky size, and it fits me quite nice. Now, these are sculpted nails, and they fit me wonderfully. They have a regular long coffin. So you need to pay attention to what you're purchasing when it comes to tips, whether you need a sculpted or a regular nail. Obviously, the longer the nail gets, the more sculpted it's going to be because it needs that strength. So that's just something that, you need to keep an eye on for your own personal preference. For me, these fit nice. However, I do have to file a couple of the nails because for like all 4 of my fingers, they are more rounded, whereas my thumb is more of this square shape. So the thumb fits nicely, but the rest of the nails I have to file. So for sizing, I'm going to give them a 4 just for the fact that I have to custom size them to me. So for the strength test, let's go ahead and see. You can see that white line very clearly. And once I press it out, it disappears quite easily. And I'm sorry, I'm like dropping these all over the place. It's so hard to hold on to things. And the shape returns back to normal. So great. So strength, I'm going to give them a 5. The next one that I'm going to grab is another one in a box, and that is Allkem or Allkem. I initially purchased these on Amazon, but the price on their website is $22.99, and it comes in just your basic box. I mean, the packaging isn't anything crazy, but listen, I'm a fangirl for a box. It is what it is. So they get a 5 off the bat for packaging. Now, this is not like a well-known nail tip brand, so to be charging $29.99 is kind of steep, but these are gel tips. I know I said I wouldn't compare the two, but when you put that gel tip on the label, your price is automatically going to go up. I feel like when people hear the word gel, they automatically just think it's stronger. So I feel like you're able to add like a little bit more to the price. I'm not saying that they are better. I'm just saying that it gives you an edge. So for the price, I think I'm going to give them a 4. As far as sizing goes, these are very similar in size, that they have more of that square shape towards the cuticle. But it has more of that square shape to the nail, which again, as I discussed, just does not fit me on all of my nails. So I do have to do some filing and customizing to the nails. So I'm just going to give them a 4 as far as the sizing goes. Packaging, I'm going to give it a 4 because I don't think it's anything fancy. It looks like they just took a typical plastic box and slapped a label on the front of it. They didn't customize it at all to their nail brand. Now for the strength test. Okay. This one really doesn't even get as much of a white line as the Apres one did. So that's actually kind of impressive because, like I said, Apres is supposed to be, tip top, right? So actually, once you bend this one out, oh no, it went away. Oh no, it didn't. There's still, if I hold my finger there, you can see there's still a little bit of white here on the tip, which you would think that would be more back here where the thinner part is. I will say I do see a little bit of a bend. There's no way that the camera is going to pick that up, where the nail has not quite returned back to its normal shape, like right back here. And I can even feel it when I run my finger across. Let me just try to flatten it out a little bit more. Yeah, I can still feel a little bit of a bend in the nail. So it didn't exactly return to its original shape, and that white line, I'm trying to get it to go away, but it's not going away. Not fully anyways. So for strength, I think I'm going to have to knock it down to a 4. Most of that whiteness went away, but not all of it. And I mean, I could do the little wiggle test back here. It really doesn't bend that much, not as much as some other ones do, but it still bends. But like I said, it should. If it's only bending back here, that's fine. If it's bending, here in the middle, then that's a problem. Up next, we have the big old bag of false nails by Makartt. Even though this is in a plastic bag, I appreciate that it's in a larger bag. So I don't actually hate the packaging. I actually think it's kind of cute for the plastic baggy design. They put their Makartt spin on it with a nice cute pattern on the front. It has a nice label on the back telling you exactly what it is. So I actually kind of don't mind this plastic bag setting. So I think for their packaging, I'm going to go ahead and give them a 5. Now these are $11.99 on the Makartt website. They come in, I believe, 10 sizes. Let me just double check. Oh, you know what? I took out the sizes of this that didn't fit me, which is actually something that I should keep in mind when it comes to these separate packages, that you can easily just say, boop, I don't need these, maybe give it to a friend who maybe that size fits or whatnot. So maybe I might give a 0.5 to some of the other plastic bag ones, just for that. Now, these obviously aren't clear, so it might be a little harder to see the strength test that we have. As far as the price goes, I think it's completely fair for a plastic container. I don't mind the price at all. I would for sure pay $12 for tips, so 5 for that. As far as the sculpted and strength of this nail, you can tell it's not really as sculpted as the Apres ones, and they are about the same length. It does have a little bit of sculpt to it, but not as much, so it may fit some people better than an Apres nail. I have no issue with these. I actually think they have more of a rounded size to them. I don't find myself having to file them as much as I would the Apres tips. They fit my cuticle area quite nice. I can even check the thumb for you just to see. And already just from the bag, I can tell that it does look more rounded, which I appreciate. It's definitely more rounded than Apres. It still sort of has a bit of like flatter side back here, but it's definitely more rounded. As a matter of fact, it might be even more rounded than my thumbnail is, but I don't find myself ever filing these ones down. So as far as sizing goes, now again, this is it's all depending on my preferences. Obviously, some of you might rate these differently than what I'm rating them, but this is my rating scale and my fingers. So, you know, I'm basing it on like my preferences. So as far as sizing goes, I'm gonna give them a 5 because I think that it fits quite nicely. So let's go ahead and do our little strength test here. That is a thick white line. I try to get it all the way down the tip, and bum, bum, bum. I had a feeling it wasn't going to go away. I almost want to try the strength test on the other tips for them. I know I said I wasn't going to bring these ones into consideration, but the only reason, I just want to see if it has to do with the fact that it's that natural color. So this is more of like a translucent, but it's still kind of natural. So let's see. Trying to give them a fair shot. Yeah, see this one, the white line, the shaping is still a little bent, but the white line did leave. I don't know if it has to do because it's that natural color. Let's see, I'm gonna try one more. Yeah, I mean the shape itself is still bent, even though that white line kind of disappears. So I'm gonna because this is a pretty thick white line, I'm gonna give strength a 3. Sorry, Makartt. Sorry. But let's see, I think we only have a couple more left here. Next up are the Enail Couture. These are the long sculpted square of the 123 Go soft gel nail extensions, and these were $10.99. How can I complain? $10.99 is an extremely fair price for nail tips, so 5 for you. As far as packaging goes, Enail Couture has very minimal packaging to begin with. I think for anybody, we would know that that obviously cuts down on the cost. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but I do like that it comes in another bag. I really despise the plastic packaging, but like I said with Makartt, I kind of do like that I can just toss or give away the ones that don't fit my fingers very well. So maybe I'll do a 4.5 for the packaging, just because I'm trying to be fair here. As far as the sizing goes, these do fit quite nicely, and they are more of a rounded shape. These the thumbs are a little more square, but I feel like the smaller sizes, let me see if I can find the smaller size, is a bit more rounded for me. These are very sculpted. His nails are known to be sculpted. These are more of a square nail, but I don't remember if I've only worn these a couple times, but I feel like I didn't have to file them too much to fit my nails, to be honest with you. Like I said, I've only used them a couple times. I wish this was a bigger bag though, because I do kind of have to like shove everything in there. I mean, they fit nice. They are more sculpted, so I do find that I need to build up the gel that I lay down on my fingers before I can actually wear them. Otherwise, they'll be like quite a bit of a gap there. His nails are known for that sculpt though, so you know, that's more of like a preference thing. If you like more of a sculpt, you would probably like these more. I like the sculpting that's on the Apres better than I like this, because like I said, I have to build it up quite a bit more. These are pre-etched though, which kind of gives these like an edge in my opinion as far as like sizing, because I feel like sizing kind of goes along with like the prep of these nails. So I might give them like a 4.5 just for that, because I personally think I don't have to do as much. Now let's check out the strength. I have seen many videos about Enail Couture and how their nails are not that strong. Like I said, this is completely normal. However, it does bow out a little bit more than some of the other nails. I just want to I'll grab my Beetles nails, because I just feel like these are more of like a comparison to these ones. So I just want to see how this kind of bends at the cuticle area. Yeah, I would say they are pretty similar as far as like bending back here. I've seen a lot of videos talking about how these are like really flimsy nails. I don't find that at all. I actually find that they're quite strong and very similar to other nails. But let's go ahead and do the test. Okay. Alright, so the white line has disappeared. However, there is still a bit of a bend back here that I can feel. I'm trying to bend it back, but as you can see, that didn't really quite work. So I'm gonna say a 4.5 for strength on these guys. I do think they're strong. I don't find that they bend down here like at the cuticle area. As a matter of fact, when I had them on, when I tried them out, I literally tried as hard as I could to bend them without like snapping it off my finger, and I did not have an issue with that. So his older nails may have been not as strong as these, but these ones I haven't had any issues with. My Model ones literally snapped in half within like 2 days of wearing them. So just a comparison. For our final tips, I have the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips, and I think these may have been the first tips that I purchased, at least like my first gel name brand tips. I think the very first ones I ever bought were BT Art Box, which I wish that I could have compared, but I don't have them anymore. I actually gave them away to a friend of mine, my niece. She's really into nails, and I gave them to her. So as far as packaging goes, I do like the packaging. It's a little plain and simple, but at least they have gone ahead. Sorry, it's a little dirty, but they went ahead and like embossed it with their symbol. So at least they did a little something besides just like smacking a sticker on it. It is basic. These are basically the same exact box, just a little different. But like I said, at least they have tried to customize it a little bit more than the Allkem ones. So for packaging, I'm going to give them a 4.5 because I still think it's a little plain. Now, these are $29.99. These are the almond medium ones. You get 500 tips in here. For $29.99, you're paying for a brand, and I do understand that. I actually might change my Apres ones as well to a 4, and I'm gonna make these a 4 as well, because personally I think you are paying for a name more than you are paying for the nails. I think there are plenty of affordable nails out there that you can purchase that are not going to cost you $30. So that's my spiel. So far we've got a 4 for price and a 4.5 for packaging. As far as sizing goes, their pinkies do not fit me. Actually, the pinkies that are in here are, or at least I used to have BT Art Box ones in here, but I think I might have used them all up. The pinkies are way too big for me. It's almost like double the size. I do have gel on, so it's kind of helping it not go all the way down right now, but it basically covers the whole finger when I put it on my finger with just nothing on my nail. So that kind of irritates me because I find that these nails, rather than running small, actually run large. As you can see, I use this for almost like all of my fingers, and then I was using a different pinky and then this thumb, which is a number 2. So they have 2 zeros, a 1, and a 2. I would rather them like move this over and add like another size or so, just so that I had more options. Because think about the fact that I'm spending $30 on here and I only get to use 2 sizes. So I'm actually going to give their sizing a 2, since I only get to use 2 of their nails. So let's go ahead. I use the thumbnails for the strength test on all of them just because it's easier to bend them and easier to see. So again, this is about the same like wobble as all the other ones towards the cuticle area. And let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, this white line is not as significant as some other nails, and it does disappear completely. So as far as the strength goes on these nails, I'm going to give them a 5. They are very strong nails. I have never had them break on me, and I've been using them the most, as you can see. I've never had them chip or break or anything like that. I've never had an issue with these nails as far as strength goes. So that concludes the ranking of these nails. I'm going to go ahead and tally everything up and see who is the winner. Okay, guys. So, our winner is none other than the king of nails himself, Enail Couture. He won by 18.5 points. And our loser, not surprising, was the Modelones nails. Now, keep in mind, those are the nails from their kit, and it's possible that maybe their regular nails are much better than that. Just, keep that in mind. And Our second place winners were Apres, Makartt, and Beetles, and Allkem came in third place. I would take that second place, guys, because your nails are still really great. There were just a couple things that needed work, but other than that, you know what? I'm kind of not surprised that these won. They're great nails. I know that a lot of people have like complained about them in the past, but personally, I don't have any issues with them, and you can't beat the price of their products. I mean, they're so affordable. I don't know what took me so long to try these nails because they honestly really are good nails. So without further ado, that is the end of this video, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and we are at currently 900 subscribers, guys. That's 900. I am so close to getting to 1,000. So if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to ring that bell notification button so you never miss a mani with me. Bye, guys!